Hello everyone, this is Nilanjana Sharkar wishing a very good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Also wishing a very welcome to BioStudy Pathshala. I hope all you are safe and good and taking care of yourself as well as your family members. So let's have a look to today's topic. Today's topic is life strategies and trade-off concept from Ecological Science Unit. Okay. So what is trade-off concept? To learn about the trade-off concept, we have to know some basic knowledge about life history and life history traits. So what is life history? The data which states about the growth pattern, developmental pattern as well as reproductive output, reproductive age for a particular individual, for a particular species throughout the lifetime. Next is life history traits or the characteristics of the life history. These are length of the life, that means lifespan of an individual for a particular species. Second one is the age at first reproduction event, that means the age when the individual for a particular species can be able for reproductive output. Third one is number and size of the offspring, that means how much individuals can be produced by a female individual for a certain species. Next one is reproductive lifespan, that means the individual either heteroparous or simulparous. Although we will discuss what is heteroparous and simulparous, just be patient to learn about those things. Okay. Next is trade-off. Trade-off actually means the balancing between two unrelated things. Here, balancing between what? Balancing between two opposite life history traits. And this balancing between two opposite traits occurs because of the resource limitations or the competitive allocations of the limited resources between or among two or more life history traits, and it occurs within a single individual. Okay, as you can see in this diagram, that yellow ball for offspring number while pink ball for parental care. So here offspring number showing high number or high value while parental care is low value. That means here we can conclude that offspring number is high and parental care is low. So this is a negative relation between these two life traits. This trade-off concept actually shows negative relationship among life history traits. Okay. In our ecosystem, we can see many more trade-off relationship. For example, offspring number versus parental care. As you can see here, actually, if any individual produces a large clutch size, that means large offspring number, they show low parental care. For example, invertebrates as well as lower vertebrates. Invertebrates and lower vertebrates produce large offspring, but they show low parental care. But if we consider about higher vertebrates or larger vertebrates, for example human, elephant and so on, these individuals can produce one individual at a time, but they show high parental care towards these offsprings, right? Next one is fecundity and survival. Fecundity means the reproductive output and survival means the survival ability for a individual. So if an individual produces so much high, that means fecundity is high, then these individuals show survival in low basis. Okay. On this trade-off concept, we can make a differentiation between invertebrates and vertebrates. For say, invertebrates show higher fecundity but less survival, while the vertebrates show less fecundity than the invertebrates but higher survival than invertebrates, right? And third one is reproductive effort versus lifespan. That means lifespan may be either short or long. If short lifespan, then the individual will show high reproductive efforts. But if the lifespan is large, then they will show low reproductive effort. reproductive effort means how many times they can reproduce. If individuals show short lifespan, they can produce generally one time or single time in their whole lifespan, but the class size will be very large. But if lifespan is so much long or large, then the reproductive effort shows less. That means here at a time they produce one or two individuals at a time, but this reproductive ability occurs throughout the lifetime, means multiple time in its entire lifetime. Okay. So on the basis of these life strategies and trade-off concept, we can differentiate R-selected species and K-selected species in our ecosystem. Although Robert MacArthur and Edward Wilson gave this idea based on some environmental criteria, we will see those environmental criteria. Environmental criteria are mainly two types. These are, first one is unpredictable, uncertain and variable. That means here environmental factors are almost not suitable for a species to grow in an equilibrium condition, right? When the environmental conditions are unpredictable, uncertain and as well as variable, then the species show short-lived lifespan or short-lived species, and this kind of short-lived species are mainly R-selected species. Okay, and these R-selected species show type 3 survivorship curve. When the environment is almost predictable and with less variability, then the species will be long-lived one, and this species also shows K-selected life strategy, and this kind of species show either type 1 or type 2 survivorship curve. Those who have not idea about the survivorship curve may click the I button above to get the video link from there. Okay. So next is the comparison between R selected species and K selected species. Here some properties, and these are the column for R selected species and K selected species. Okay. First one is environment. As I have mentioned before that for R-selected species, the environment should be unpredictable, uncertain and variable, right? And for K-selected species, this should be almost predictable and most certain. For R-selected species, the body size should be small. For say invertebrates 1 or lower vertebrates are small in body size, while the K-selected species shows larger body size than R-selected one. Reproductive event for R-selected species mainly one time in lifetime. That means simul parity. It is in general. K-selected species shows multiple time reproductive event in its entire lifetime. That means heteroparity. As the R-selected species show simul parity, they show high number of offsprings, but the offsprings are small in body size. And K-selected species, as they are heteroparity or heteroparous in nature, that means they show low clutch size at a time, but they are in large body size. Parental care for R-selected species is low because here clutch size is very high. For K-selected species, the parental care is very high because here clutch size is low. Mortality rate for R-selected species is generally density independent, and for the K-selected one it is almost density dependent. Those who don't know about the density independent or density dependent population regulations may click the I button above to get this link and to learn from there. Okay. Next one is survivorship curve. As I have mentioned before that it shows type 3 and K-selected species show type 1 or type 2. Developmental rate is very fast in case of R-selected species while very slow for K-selected one. So why the developmental rate is very fast for R-selected species? R-selected species show very less lifespan, that is why they need to reach their reproductive age in very fast basis. That is why they show very fast developmental rate, while the K-selected species has very large lifespan, so they don't need that much fast developmental rate to reach their reproductive age. Next one is dispersal ability. Dispersal ability for R selected one is very high because they can invade and colonize very fast bases, but K selected species show low or no dispersal ability. Lifespan for R selected species is very less, mostly annual, but for K selected species it is very high. Competitive ability is for R selected species is very low, while for K selected species is very high. We will know competitive ability within few minutes. Just keep patience and learn about these things. So next is age of reproduction. Age of reproduction of R selected species is very early, while for K selected species it is very late. And intrinsic growth rate is very high for R selected species and for K selected species is low. Although we have learned about this point in our exponential and logistic growth curve class. Okay. Next one is species type. Means what kind of species can be found for this kind of R selected and K selected species. Mainly fugitive or opportunistic species can be found for R selected one, while the stable kind of species can be found for K selected species. Next one is successional stages. Although we have not learned about the succession, we will learn in our upcoming ecology classes. So keep it in mind the successional stage. R selected species show pioneer or early successional stage, while the K selected species show climax or late successional stage. Because R selected species can colonize in any disturbed area in very first basis, that is why they can be pioneer or early colonizer, while K selected species cannot show high dispersal ability, high invasive ability, that is why they show the climax or late successional stage, and the K selected species has very much competitive ability, that is why they can withstand the climax successional stage. Okay. So next is Grimm's triangle. Ecologist Philip Grimm framed this triangle mainly on the basis of life strategies for plant populations. He named life strategies as ruderers, competitors and stress tolerators. So we will know one by one what are these life strategies are. Okay. Ruderers, which is denoted as R. As you can see in this triangle, here is R, which is ruderal, this is stress tolerator and this is competitor, right? So here three parameters are found. These are competition, disturbances and stress. Competition show very low competition here and very high here. So here competitors are found in very high competition zone and very low disturbance zone as well. That means competitors can be found in very high competition and very low disturbance, right? Next one is R, that is ruderers. Ruderers can be found in very high disturbance and very low stress zone, right? And next one is stress tolerator. Stress tolerator can be found in very high stress zone and very low competition zone. So these are the parameters for the Grimm's triangle. So what are the species as competitors, as ruderers and as stress tolerator, we will see. As you can see, this is lichen. It is mainly as stress tolerator. This is annual breeding species. This is mainly ruderers, and this is a tree which is known as competitors. Although we will know what are the properties of these three life strategies are. So first is ruderers. As I have mentioned that ruderers are mainly found in highly disturbed areas. Okay. And in highly disturbed areas they can colonize in faster way because they have higher dispersal ability. So they can show the R selected species or R selected life strategies, right? They will also show low stress environment. If we consider this position, it is for ruderal 1. Here stress is very low but disturbance is very high. But here competition is also low or can be also moderate. Okay, that is why ruderals are mainly annual species or annual plants, because they will colonize in very faster basis. They can produce very large seeds number. They can propagate in larger area within a short time. They can grow in very faster basis, and if any competitions will happen, they can be replaced in very faster basis as well. So here annual plants show this kind of life strategies. Okay, next one is competitors. This is for competitors. Competitors show high competition and very low disturbance. That means where disturbances are so much low and competition is so much high, competitors will be found there. And here the stress conditions will be low or moderate kind of. That means they are mainly K selected one. As because K selected species cannot colonize in faster way and do not show dispersal ability in very high or very fast basis, right? So here disturbances are so low, competition is very high, and stress condition is low as well as moderate. And these competitors can produce lower number of seeds at a time, but they show higher survival throughout the lifespan, and they show mainly climax kind of successional stages. The example of the competitors' life strategies are mainly perennial herbs and woody trees. Okay. So the last one is stress tolerator. That means one species who can tolerate the stress, right? So here the stress should be very much high. This is for stress tolerator 1, and here you can see stress is so much high but competition is so much low. That means stress tolerators can be found in very low competition zone as well as very high stress zone. But here the disturbances are low or in moderate conditions. As because they are found in very stressed conditions, they can act as also indicator species. For say one area is stressed with very high salt, there can be a species found with this kind of adaptations, but the concentration of salt if decreases, then this kind of species will be extinct. So they can indicate their environment in this way. Okay, so here mainly found lichens as well as mangroves in the stress tolerator zone. Next is the combined strategies. Why we will learn about the combined strategies, we will know. In our ecosystem, actually no plants or no individuals found as completely competitor, completely stress tolerator or completely ruderals. They show mainly combined life strategies like competitor, stress tolerator, competitor, ruderals, stress tolerator, ruderals, or the combined form of these three life strategies. That means competitor, stress tolerator and ruderals. So competitor and stress tolerators mainly found in this zone where the competition and stress tolerator is in moderate scale. Competitor and ruderals are found in this zone because here competition and ruderals are moderate in scale. So here would be CR, here would be CS, and the SR, that means stress tolerator and ruderals, can be found in the middle zone of the stress tolerator and ruderals. Okay, and exactly middle portion of this triangle is occupied by the CSR, that is competitor, stress tolerator and ruderals. Okay. So next is Grimm's triangle for animals. As ecologist Grimm framed this triangle for mainly plant species, it also states the animal life strategies. What are these? We will learn. Okay. So competitors. Competition can be observed in case of very large vertebrates. These may be either herbivores or carnivores, because large vertebrates can show the competitive ability. For example, elephant, tiger, lion, human. Ruderers are the annual breeding animals, for example, insects. Next one is stress tolerator. That means here animals show very much stress tolerating capability. That is why the animals are found in very extreme conditions like desert or Arctic positions, like Arctic fox, Arctic bears, or many more kind of animals are found in this stress tolerator zone. So the comparison among these life strategies are as follow. Properties, first one is fecundity, that means the reproductive output, right? So for the ruderers, the fecundity would be high. Stress tolerators show moderate kind of fecundity, while the competitors show low level of fecundity. Mortality is for ruderers is very much high, while for stress tolerator is moderate, and competitors show low mortality. Dispersal ability is also high for ruderers, moderate for stress tolerators, and competitors show low dispersal ability, as we have learned for the R selected and K selected comparison as well. Colonization ability is also high for the ruderers, moderate for stress tolerators, and low for competitors. Environmental indications can be shown by mainly stress tolerator, and ruderers and competitors cannot show environmental indications. Lifespan is very much short for ruderers. It is also short or moderate, and very much long for competitors. Species mainly for ruderers are annual. Here lichen and mangroves, and competitors are trees and perennials. Okay. So next is growth, survival, and fecundity triangle. On the basis of the Grimm's triangle, there is another triangle on the basis of growth, survival, and fecundity. Here the parameters are growth, survival, and fecundity. Here growth shows low and here high. So here growth is very much high and here growth is very much low. Survival value is very much low here but very much high here. Fecundity is very much low and very much high in this position, right? It is also mainly based on plant life strategies. As you can see, 3 balls, one is for Simulparus, second one for Eteroparus, and third one for woody plant. I hope you can see the color gradations. The light green is for Simulparus herb, which show slightly high growth and low survival ability. Okay, Eteroparus show moderate survival and moderate growth pattern. So it is for moderate survival and moderate growth pattern. It is for high growth and low survival almost, and woody plant show very low fecundity and very high survival. So we can write down in this way that Simulparus herb show almost high growth and almost low survival. Eteroparus plant show moderate kind of survival and growth pattern, and woody plant show almost very high survival and very low fecundity, right? This is for the plant life strategies. If we operate this triangle on the animal life, what we will get? Here will be invertebrates one, right? Because invertebrates show higher fecundity, higher growth but low survivability. Here will be small vertebrates, that means vertebrates with moderate or small body size. They will show moderate growth, moderate fecundity and moderate survival. That means this is slightly greater than the invertebrates, and The woody plants in this position, this will be for larger vertebrates, as because they will show very less fecundity and very high survival. So I hope you understood growth, survival and fecundity triangle as well as the Grimm's triangle in very better clarity. So guys, this is for today's session. Thank you for watching this video, and you can give feedback, either click that like or dislike button below. And if this video is helpful for you, you can share this video with your friends, fellow mates, family, seniors, juniors, and lastly, don't forget to subscribe this channel, and to get the notifications from this channel, press the bell icon below. So till then, be safe, be healthy. Bye bye.